Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my channel. I wanted to have my topic of today be on UFOs because when I first started my channel, that's kind of what I was uh, making my videos about. But I got off that for a while, and I thought I'd come back into it because there's been a lot of talk about it in the media and such, and a lot of people were asking, why can't we ever get any good photos of UFOs and yeah, it's just the same old stuff, and it's regurgitated over and over again, and like all the documentaries and everything I've watched on TV or on the YouTube, or stuff that was on TV and then got switched over to YouTube. They never cover any of these like satellite photos, especially from the SOHO satellite. I think it's the Solar Observatory. What the heck is that thing called? The Solar and Heliospheric Observatory satellite, and it's caught some footage of some unknown flying objects. I mean, if you're if you have a satellite out in space and it's catching unknown objects that look like UFOs, like extraterrestrial vehicles, I mean, what else could they be? Do the Russians have a UFO that's just flying around the sun? Because what the SOHO satellite does, it's basically focused on the sun and it's just observing, solar flares and that. But every once in a while, it catches oddball stuff, and it has what it looks like to be intelligent design, and it's moving and zipping across past the sun and such. And like, here's an article that was released January 18th, 2001. I mean, this right here, that should have sealed the deal. For me, or for anybody who's never seen a UFO before, I mean, this was caught out in space. This picture was taken of a UFO out in space near the sun. It even has like infrared imaging. It could pick up its heat signature and everything. And when you look at it, it looks like a UFO to me. But after that, you really never saw anything else like in the media regarding these UFOs that are taken by satellite. Um, if you go to my next photo here, here's another example of another UFO. Has intelligent design. Looks like your basic saucer shape, and it's pretty darn close to the sun. The satellite's picking that up. Here's a closer shot. Another one next to the sun. Oh, here's another one flying, and the only thing that sucks about this is you can't really tell how close they are to the sun or what the distances they are from the satellite, versus the sun and such. I mean, the sun is 93 million miles away from Earth, and this satellite is focused on it, but it's picking up these objects, pretty clear, and they seem to be pretty big objects. Here's another one. Just unusual anomalies that look like they have intelligent design. On this one, you have to look up in the top right hand corner. There's like a black square up there. So you're like, okay, whatever. Maybe that's just a glitch in the the camera. But then you get a closer look, and you can see it's a square. It's a square shape. It's probably a cube shape, and it looks like it's pretty darn close to the sun, and it looks like it's pretty darn big. I mean, to be that close to the sun, and this camera is picking it up. I mean, I don't know. It'd have to be tremendously big. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like I said, it's hard to tell the distance that it is from the sun, but it looks like in this picture that it's pretty darn close to the sun. And if you didn't know this, the size, the Earth could be, the sun could hold 1 million Earth-sized planets. So that gives you an idea how big our sun is. And then you see this object here. I mean, it would look like it's about the size of a planet. Um, Here's another object that just seems to be streaking across the sky. That, I don't know, maybe that's a comet or something. It's too blurry. But here's another one that I found on the internet. It just looks like another disc-shaped or rectangular-shaped object that is close to the sun and looks to be pretty big as well. This was a weird image. They actually have video of this one. It looks like a kind of like a tornado of just darkness coming out of the sun, or something being sucked out of the sun into this big spherical object. And in this picture, they actually have a little ship that's like kind of like close to this anomaly as well. And it's pretty interesting. It's like, what the hell's going on, around our sun? Here's another object, another UFO flying saucer dish-shaped thing found, you know, close to the sun, caught in infrared, giving off a heat signature. Um, and back to the cube object again. Here's a better picture of this cube object that they were getting earlier. Actually, you can see it has two sides to it, and it's in the shape of a cube. If you ever watch Star Trek, it's like kind of like the Borg or something. But I don't know. It's kind of funny, you know. Uh, what the hell is this object, and why is it there? Whose is it? Is it China's? Is it Russia's? I doubt it. They really don't have really good space. Well, they have better space programs than we do now. We kind of put our space efforts in the hands of commercialized businesses, but let's see. And here's another shot of this so-called cube object on the left-hand side, and then you have this other weird UFO-shaped object on the right, and then you got some more weird stuff going on. There's like 4 different objects in this. Nope, there's 5 in this one that I can see. And it's like, what are these things? Here's another one, that picture of some kind of object that has some kind of shape to it, taken close to the sun. This, I don't know what it is. I think this is actually close to the camera, but it's hard to tell. That could be a comet, I guess. I have no idea. Here's another object. What the hell is that thing? And that looks like it's actually pretty close to the sun, and that it has pretty good size to it. And here's another, like a triangular or V-shaped looking object that's next to the sun. And this one looks like it's actually right next to the sun. It's actually in the solar flare, which is kind of coronal CME. Yeah, that stands for coronal mass ejection. So it's actually withstanding the force of a coronal mass ejection, and it's just basically there next to the sun, and it's a pretty big object, a very big object, in fact. And there's another shot of that weird anomaly that was going on. It just looked like some kind of spherical object came up to the sun, sucked a bunch of stuff out of it, and then backed away from it. It was just really weird. You got to look up that on YouTube. It's a pretty interesting video. And then my last photo here, and these were just all images I found on Google, of the SOHO satellite images that had weird anomalies in them and such. But like I said, if you go back to this one, this should be the done deal right here. This image that was posted in the newspaper of a saucer-shaped object, giving off its own heat signature next to the sun, should basically tell you, we are not alone. There are basically spaceships out there flying around our orbit and the sun. And before this picture even came out, I witnessed my own UFO when I was in the Marines, when I was down in Sotocano on their Joint Task Force Air Force Base. We had a large black triangular UFO fly over our base. It didn't emit any sound, or it had no emission to it. There was no smoke or, gases coming from it. It just kind of glided over our base like a giant kite. So is there life out there? Yeah, and I think they've been around for a long time. A very long time, thousands of years. And what they're doing here, I really don't know. I mean, but anyways, Leave your comments below, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Alright, bye guys.